in the right direction. So I don't think he's out of place against this group, but I'd say bottom end of the exotics is probably his ceiling.
Well, your Pound Cake Jim is 2-5 on the board, and I'm on Port St. Charles at 5-1 with their positions. Port St. Charles, Private Dance, and Party Pass. And in the center, Minotaur, Ace 44 Hawk. To the outside, BJ's Choice, Pound Cake Jim, and All-Star Whatchacallit, and Always Be Sweetest. It's a field of 9 for race number 10. They're at the start and they're off. And Ace 44 Hawk, Minotaur, the first couple. Now Party Pass on the inside. Looks to pass those two. Then Port St. Charles, and now Port St. Charles driving through, but it is Minotaur to take the lead. Port St. Charles fell down to 6-5 and is racing second. Party Pass has 2 to pass to win now. Then Pound Cake Jim is racing position fourth and works on over to the pylons. Then it is back to Ace 44 Hawk. Further back is All-Star Whatchacallit, BJ's Choice. Then it is Private Dance as they work their way off the turn, and Always Be Sweetest in the field charges their way to a quarter of 27 and 2 and rolls on past us. Minotaur and Jay Harris has the lead. Port St. Charles is right there in top of the pocket, and Party Pass is racing third. Then fourth, and coming out now is Pound Cake Jim, who deserted the pylons and is moving first up. And then following to the outside, that is right now Ace 44 Hawk. And now on the inside, reclaiming fifth is All-Star Whatchacallit. Ace 44 Hawk is sixth. Then Always Be Sweetest. Back further is BJ's Choice. Private Dance has to waltz by 8 to win. Now Port St. Charles pulled out and is trying to tackle Minotaur. They're going at it. It is Port St. Charles who's come on to take a slim lead. Minotaur on the inside trying to fend off Port St. Charles and hasn't thrown in the towel. Is fighting back gamely on the inside. Minotaur and Port St. Charles, and Pound Cake Jim now has deserted contention with a break in stride. Party Pass is third. All-Star Whatchacallit, Always Be Sweetest comes on late to grab fifth, and then coming on is BJ's Choice, 3/4, 125 and 1. Port St. Charles as they turn for home. Port St. Charles as they come to the finish now can throw down anchor because has the win sewn up. Port St. Charles, and then Minotaur coming late. Always Be Sweetest to pick up third. Close for fourth, 155 and 3. Port St. Charles is going to ship back into the winner's circle.
Pound Cake Jim making that miscue and getting off the ticket, it's going to help the payouts, right? You have logical horses 7-1, 11-1, and behind them, but then of course you get the extreme long shots after that in a race where 2 horses took all the support, but only 1 lands on the ticket.
Yeah, 50-1 on All-Star Whatchacallit and BJ's Choice at 40-1, but Port St. Charles, it kind of played out well for Port St. Charles. So, well, Mr. Rice Pudding, you didn't get Pound Cake Jim down in the 10th, but you certainly had yourself a pretty fine night, and you also scored another pick 5, so both pick 5s.
Yeah, it didn't pay all that much, but hey, we'll take it. We got a profit on both of them, Gary, and you're right. At least we kind of zeroed it on the night, and now I feel like we're ready for a big week next week.
Well, have yourself some rice pudding over the weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Back in front of us is Port St. Charles. Todd Ratchford, the winning drive. Port St. Charles is a 4-year-old sports writer, Bay Gelding. The Mo and Joe stable owns, along with Nancy McNevin and David Morgan. Jack Moiseev is the trainer. First win for Port St. Charles, victorious in 155 and 3. Field for the 10th race payouts, rather. 1 Port St. Charles, 450, 330, 320. 1 Minotaur, 520, 320. 9 Always Be Sweetest, 390. Well, let's wait for the exactor. It's numbers 1 and 4 on a $2 exactor, $26.50. Dollar try, $72.20. Double of 2 and 1, $5.50. Dollar pick 3, $16.35. Dollar pick 4, $26.90. Dollar pick 5, $122.65.